What's up guys, I'm going to compare the latest Wi-Fi 7 mesh systems by Eero. So I have the new Eero 7, got the Pro 7, and got the beefy Max 7. We'll talk about their specs, ports. I've done a whole bunch of speed tests, range tests. I have all those numbers right here. I have tested with the following Wi-Fi 7 devices. I also happen to have the latest iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is a Wi-Fi 7 device, but it can't go as fast as the other two, and I covered that in a separate video. It has nothing to do with the Eero. I believe the iPhone doesn't have the 320 megahertz channel width. Anyways, just as a frame of reference, I have done individual reviews on all of these, but I have done updated speed tests, and I just want to touch on that just real quick. So the first time I tested the Eero 7, for some reason the main single router configuration wasn't as fast for some odd reason, and I was guessing there would be a firmware update, and I did very recently retest just that section of it, and it does now work. So both the single router and the wired backhaul, they're both right around the same speeds. So I did that. And the Max 7, I hadn't tested for a while, over a year, so I decided to retest the entire thing. And the problem with the Max 7 in the past was that I have 5 gig internet speeds, but this one couldn't quite get there. It'd get to like 4.8 or something. And now it actually gets there. So I do see that 5 gig number. It starts with the 5. So good to go there, and the upload speeds have improved. Anyways, let's get started. We're going to start with the Eero 7, and both of these are exactly the same. So if you get a 2-pack, the one you hook up to your modem, that one becomes your main router. The other one becomes an access point. This is done automatically. And the same is true for the Pro 7 or the Max 7. They're identical to each other. So I'll just show you guys one of them. Okay, so the Eero 7 is a dual band unit. The cool thing about it is that it does have Thread, Zigbee, and Matter built in. So if you have devices, smart home devices that require that as a hub, you can actually use the Eero as that hub. Now this is a dual band system, so it's not as fast. It's basically the slowest of the bunch, but it has two 2.5 gigabit ports, and they're auto sensing. And I love the fact that they actually put two 2.5 gigabit ports, so if your internet goes in at up to 2.5, it'll come out at up to 2.5. So you're not losing any speeds up to 2.5 gigabits, which is fantastic. And then we have it's powered via USB-C, and I'll show you guys the plugs in a second, and pretty much the standard look. The Pro 7 looks more like the Max 7, but it's like a smaller Max 7, so the Max 7 is definitely much more beefy. And this is a tri-band unit. There's air vents and stuff. This is faster. It has two 5 gigabit ports, which I love the fact that there's at least 2 of the same speeds. So in my case, my internet speeds being 5 gigs, I could go in at 5 and come out at 5. So I'm not losing any speeds, which is great. We got the factory reset powered via USB-C. And on the bottom, we also have some vents. And again, I'm hiding that info on the bottom. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Pro 7. And the Max 7, this is the beefy one of the bunch, and has those vents very similar to the Pro 7 except larger, and we have more ports. Again, we have the factory reset right here. We have two 2.5 gigabit ports here. We have two 10 gigabit ports, so this can easily now handle my internet speeds. I could go in at 5 and come out at 5. We got the USB-C power, and again, we got some vents on the bottom. And here are the respective power supplies. They're all 100 to 240 volts. They're all USB-C powered. And the 7 takes 15 watts, 27 watts for the Pro 7, and the Max 7 takes 45 watts. And this is pretty much the sizes. So all fairly compact. So we're going to start with the internet speed test. Now, as you guys already know, when you're accessing the internet, you are limited by your internet speeds, unless, of course, the router itself can't go that fast. So in my case, my internet speeds are 5 gigs up and down, and these two can pretty much make it there. The 7 cannot. The 7 has 2.5 gig ports, so when I go in at 5, it actually caps me right away to 2.5 gigabit speeds. So when I do an internet speed test on my Ethernet connected device, my computer, that can actually go up to 10 gigs technically, I do get just under 2.5 gig speeds. And the Pro 7, while it has the 5 gig ports, it gets to around the 4.8-ish gigabits on the internet speed test, so not quite touching the 5, but close enough to it. And the Max 7 definitely clears the 5, so good to go there. Now the Wi-Fi devices are a different story, so looking at the speed test results, for the internet speed test I should say, there is a huge difference between the 7 versus the Pro 7 and Max 7. So the 7, 1.6 down, 1.2 up, a little bit faster than that basically. The Pro 7 is a lot faster than that, especially in the download section, 3.1 down, and obviously faster upload as well. And the Max 7 just beats both of those, both for the download and the upload. Now, to find the true performance of this mesh systems, I need to do a local speed test. So I make my computer into the server and I go from Wi-Fi device to router to computer. And in the case of wired or wireless backhaul, I go off the secondary one, which then jumps to the primary one, which then goes to the server. So, which is basically my computer. And I've actually done a separate video detailing how to set this up. If you guys want to run your own speed test, I'll link that below as well. So looking at the Wi-Fi results, we could see that the Pro 7 and Max 7 are definitely beating out the 7. And this is very evident because they have the faster ports and they have the faster speed rating. So it's really starting to show with the Wi-Fi results, especially in the upload section. It's doing they're both doing very well. And even though the Max 7 is the fastest, the Pro 7 is actually doing very well, considering it costs less than the Max 7. And they pretty much got similar numbers for the wired backhaul because they all have the equivalent ports. So we got the two 2.5 here, we got the two 5 gigs here, and the Max 7 does have at least two 10 gig ports, and that's what's being used here for the wired backhaul. But the biggest difference between these mesh systems is their wireless backhaul speeds. So the Eero 7 is kind of lacking in that department, where the Pro 7 is doing fairly well, and the Max 7 is just on another level of wireless backhaul speeds. Next, we get into range tests. Now, range will vary drastically by location. If you're in between floors, if you have a lot of thick walls, all of this stuff can negatively impact your range. So essentially, the more obstructions there are, typically the less range you're going to get. Now, all three of these are tested in the same exact environment. So at 20 feet away, we could see that there is a drop with all of these, except at this point in time, the Max 7 is doing the best. And at 50 feet, this is when I'm outside. Again, drops all across the board, especially in the upload sections. But still, the Max 7 is beating it out. But the Pro 7 is not too far behind. But the Pro 7 and Max 7 are definitely way ahead compared to the regular 7. And then at 100 feet across the street, this is when things start to level out between the Pro 7 and the regular 7. But the Max 7 is still faster. So the Max 7 kind of keeps that consistent lead, but they're all very usable speeds, even at 100 feet, and they all can go further. I just decided to cap my testing at 100 feet. Now, for setup and configuration, use the Eero app, and it's available both on iOS and on Android, and it's very simplified to use. It literally walks you through the process, and then it asks you to pick a Wi-Fi name and password. If you want, you can pick the same Wi-Fi name and password as your existing router you're replacing, and all your devices should automatically connect to this new one. Now, the Eero interface is very simplified, so there's not a whole lot of options there. It doesn't allow you to separate out the 2.4 and 5 gigahertz or the 6 gigahertz band for these two that have the tri-bands. This one would just be a 2.4 and 5. So it doesn't let you separate out those frequencies. You can make a separate guest network, but you can't make a separate 2.4 and then a separate 5. Now, I have a bunch of smart home devices like cameras, smart light switches, things of that nature, and no device has any issues connecting to any one of these on the correct frequency. But again, it doesn't let you separate out the frequencies. Okay, and aside from that, you get the basic options. You get UPnP, you basically get port forwarding, you can set up your DHCP, you can enable WPA3, and there's like a few other mini things in there. But if you want something like parental controls, that actually does require a separate subscription. Now, in that subscription, it does come with additional features like VPN and a few other things, but it does require that separate subscription, so something to keep in mind. Now, which one is worth getting and why? Well, right off the bat, if I had to pick a winner, in fact, I'll pick the winner at the end. Let me know what you guys think. Which one did I pick as the winner? But basically, Eero 7 is good for internet speeds of up to 2.5 gigabits. For wired backhaul. Not for wireless backhaul, it didn't do so great, so it's not something I would personally recommend for wireless backhaul, but for wired backhaul, it did do pretty well. Considering its price, because that's a big factor here. We have to consider price, because if we're not considering price, Max 7 all day, every day. Easy. Pro 7 is a very good balance because it has the faster 5 gig ports. It has 2 of those, which is fantastic. And it also has very good Wi-Fi speeds, and it still had pretty good wireless backhaul performance. And obviously, we move on to the Max 7, and this is just an absolute beast. Obviously, had the best speeds, the best range, and the best wireless backhaul performance. But if I had to pick a winner, even though the Max 7 is the best one, I would go with the Pro 7 just because the Pro 7 costs less than the Max 7. And I think it strikes a really, really good balance between price per performance, because it's really doing really good numbers and it's not too far behind. The only real place where it's kind of like far behind is the wireless backhaul performance. That's where the Max 7 is clearly the winner. So if you have internet speeds of 2 gigs or higher and you're planning on doing wireless backhaul, then Max 7 all day every day. But if you're not doing wireless backhaul, or if you're doing wireless backhaul and you're at 2 gigs or under, or less than 2 gigs, let's say 1.5 gigs and under, I would go with the Pro 7. So let me know what you guys think in the comment sections below. And I am actually retesting the Pro 6C, and I will be retesting the 6 Plus, and I will be comparing the Pro 6C against the Pro 7, and I will be comparing the 6 Plus to the 7. So make sure you guys subscribe if you guys haven't already. I also have a lot of other router videos coming up as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.